Hi beloveds, good morning from Pune B1 Riverside in Pune. As you can see this morning, I'm a little bit rugged up, and maybe you can hear it, I've got a little bit of a head cold. So the body is doing its thing. I'm obviously getting ready to moving, and I've taken care, doing what I need to do. And this morning what came was the feeling to talk about integrity. Because there is often this feeling that with spiritually or mature people, that there is this thing where nothing uncomfortable or difficult happens. And this is the illusion that when people are going through difficulties, that they think, okay, when I get there, everything will be easy, and everything will be, there'll be no difficulties, and I'll be like on just sitting and standing on a cloud, and everything will be easy. I would like to address this. In one respect, yes, it is easy. The path as you walk it is not easy. You have to face everything. But when you come to a point of understanding and clarity really within yourself, the only major difference is that you are just looking from a very slightly different angle. But when you're looking from this space, and like in number 29, this is number 30, but like in number 29 where I talked about this small meditation of witnessing or watching or being aware, this is the difference, is that all stuff will be there. And one will just sometimes be in it, but one will also just be watching it. And this is probably the biggest illusion people have about spirituality, and it is very, once you understand it, you go, oh my God, I thought I was going to be floating around on cloud 9 and there'd be nothing happening and everything could just be coming and everything would be beautiful and I'd never have to be tested and I'd never have anything difficult happen. The difference is that things will happen still, but the identification with them will not. And there is a feeling of integrity where you are ready to be where you are and allow that without being caught in it. So it is about response rather than reaction. Response is where suddenly you see something and it makes you laugh and you just laugh out loud. And we're all very comfortable. That's usually okay, apart from if you're in a bit strange place, like straight people, and you're not allowed to laugh. But basically, if you find something funny, you just laugh, and that's sort of okay. But of course, sometimes when something is happening and you are open and vulnerable, or in a situation where your body's doing something and you're feeling not well maybe, or the body's not feeling well, or somebody's being cruel to you or something, or you suddenly remember something and it brings up an emotion in you, something that, a loss of somebody or something that has happened, or maybe it might be a very blissful experience which brings tears. And this can also be a response, the tears, to be authentic with what is in the moment. Now, to begin with, you will not be able to do this with everybody because it will not be appropriate to begin with. If you're in the middle of a business meeting, for example, it might not be possible. But I would suggest that you start with the people that you trust and that you love, and you start just being what is. Now, to begin with, that might be quite uncomfortable because you might end up yelling at somebody. where you normally would keep your mouth shut. You might end up bursting into tears where you would normally swallow it and run away to a private place and cry privately. You might allow yourself to laugh loudly where it's not appropriate and people will think you're really strange. It's not a doing, it's just an allowing things to happen. Now, when you have been controlling this and putting a mask on and being what is polite, what is right, what is expected, it will be quite uncomfortable to begin with, and it may not come out very relaxed. And it doesn't mean that those people that are around you are going to like what you're doing. They might feel very uncomfortable with it. But on one level, sometimes one has to be ready to be authentic, even if that means the whole of the world does not like you. That you are ready to give up everything to be truly who you are. Now, saying that, one has to be ready that that's going to get you in trouble. Don't think that it's okay for you to be authentic and everybody else should take it. If people have always been used to you being a politician, and they've always been used to you being nice and never showing your feelings and never showing when you're pissed off and never showing when you're being hurt, or when hurt is happening to you, you have taught people that it's okay to do these things to you. So when you start changing the rules, of course they're not going to like it. I use an analogy. If you can imagine that you have a ping pong ball. You're playing ping pong with somebody, and they're hitting the ball to you, and you're hitting the ball back, and they're hitting the ball to you, and you're hitting the ball back, and they're hitting the ball. And this is the play that you're in. This is the game that you're playing with each other. And so if you suddenly put the racket down, and you say, I'm not playing anymore, they're going to keep hitting the ball at you because they want you to keep playing the game. Because you're the one that plays this game with them. So when you start being authentic and say, no, I'm not doing that anymore, of course it's going to get you probably in trouble to begin with. So start with people that you trust and start to be authentic with those people that you can be with. But they can also, you don't have to go, oh, well, I'm being authentic, so it's okay. You go, no. I'm being authentic. And really, if you can't deal with it, maybe in the moment we have to not see each other. I remember Osho, he was very mischievous people call him mischievous, from his stories. He was always a rebel and never doing what was expected of him. And everybody thought, oh yeah, Osho was good at that, it was easy. It was easy for him. I think it was easier than being a hypocrite, or easier than being a politician. But he did say also that he got in trouble for it. He would sometimes have people hitting him. He would sometimes have people being really unkind to him. There is a courage to be authentic. And you have to accept that people will not like it. And they have a right not to like it. But it is, to be integrity, one has to break through this phoniness that we have. And as I say, start to practice a little bit with those that you trust. You can even tell them, you say, hey, I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be where I am. And I'm just warning you, so you understand, because I'm not maybe going to be like I have been. And this is my practice at the moment. This is my... this is my practice at the moment. And to sometimes be in it and to allow it. Allow feelings, allow things. And then one can see what reaction one gets to that. Preferably from existence, to see how you feel inside. The trick is that there is a little thing you can see what makes you shrink and makes you small and tight and small. And what situations make you expand and feel you have more space and you can breathe. The things that make you small and tight and contracted are usually habits that are not supporting you. And the ones that make you feel that you can breathe more easily and that you have this, you have more space, and you feel more open and more at peace. These are showing you the more correct things. So it's a matter of identifying when you're being authentic and when you're being phony. So I don't know if this is any help. I'm just showing you. So this is also a Suchira who is, I'm traveling in 10 days. I'm getting everything ready in the house. I've been, since my last video, I've been having a lot of little tests to see if I'm going to walk my talk, see if I'm going to put into action what I was talking on number 28, if I could be. Now I'm at a point where I can be and I can watch, and I don't so easily have to go into the reaction so much. But it's not coming from the mind to suppress it. It's just an awareness that is happening, and it's become easier through the practice of watching and the practice of clearing the wounds, because obviously if there is a very strong reaction to something, then that means that it is touching something within you. So ultimately it is showing you somewhere you've got a little bit of a where you've got a bit of a wound in yourself. So it's very beautiful when something comes up, because at some stage it's a great opportunity to look and see what is it touching in me. What is the fear in me? What is the situation? And eventually you can even be in a cold, you can be traveling, and I could go into the whole drama, oh, I'm traveling, oh my God, I can't be on the plane, blah, blah, blah. And instead I go, okay, there's a cold here, what do I need to do? So yesterday I went to my beautiful ear, nose and throat lady, who is a very beautiful Indian older lady, and I went and she checked my throat, she checked my nose, she checked everything, and I said, I'm traveling, and she said, okay, here you go, I want you just to take these and come back next Thursday and we will just check before you're traveling to make sure everything is okay. Now, I don't usually take allopathic medicine, and sometimes if it is necessary I do. So in this moment I'm doing this. The body's feeling a little bit tired, so I'm having to make myself rest. So I do what I need to do. I also don't have so much energy at the moment for other people. So those people that are used to getting my attention or getting my energy can get a little bit pissed off with me sometimes because I'm not so available. I have to come back to me and be with me and take care of this. So I don't know. This is a gibberish of gibberish. I don't know if that helps. But eventually one gets to the point where, in a way, everything can be there. And everything can be watched and seen, and one realizes that one is not this. This cold is happening to this body called Suchira. And this body called Suchira is, yeah, it's okay. I'm just also going through this. I'm walking through this. And as you see, I'm still okay. But sometimes I get overwhelmed. Sometimes when I have to slow down. And this is the gift from existence. What is it giving me? It is giving me this opportunity to actually have to tune in even on a more subtle level and see what I can do, what I can't do, what is in my integrity, what is not in my integrity. So I am also refining this body-mind system and clearing this body-mind system, which is called Suchira. And we all do this on different levels. So start to find your integrity. Be true with yourself. It is not for the other. It is you to not be lying to you. For you to be true with you, to you to be honest with yourself. To begin with, you will need to do it with only around people that you really trust. And eventually you will just be who you are, and the masks will be off. Anyway, my darlings, I wish you a very beautiful morning. It's very quiet here somehow. We've had a lot of rain. All is moving. I'm getting ready to go to travel. I will be staying with my friend in Abu Dhabi, Shen, for 11 days, and Saba. And we'll see what happens there. And then I will be going on to England to be with my mother. And then in UK in the autumn with myself and who knows who I meet. And I will be back in Pune on the 1st of November. So, life is moving me. It's beautiful here. I'm sure it will be beautiful there. It's just the way you choose to look at it. I love you heaps. Have a beautiful morning. Love, love.